பற்றி ஆனந்தமாய் சரணடைந்திட, கழல்கள் பற்றி ஆனந்தமாய் சரணடைந்திட, கருணை மலையில் அழகு கடவுள் அவதரித்தது, கருணை மிகுந்த அன்னை என்னும் வரமளித்தது, கருணை மலையில் அழகு கடவுள் அவதரித்தது, கருணை மிகுந்த அன்னை என்னும் வரமளித்தது, பரமஞான ஒளியில் குழந்தை ஜொலி ஜொலித்தது, பரமஹம்ச நித்யன் என்னும் பெயரும் பெற்றது, பரமஞான ஒளியில் குழந்தை ஜொலி ஜொலித்தது, பரமஹம்ச நித்யன் என்னும் பெயரும் பெற்றது. ஆரீரோ ஆரீராரீராரீரோ ஆரீரோ ஆரீராரீராரீரோ ஆரீரோ ஆரீராரீராரீரோ ஆரீரோ ஆரீராரீராரீரோ. चलो 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 रे, चलो 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 रे. கண்டது முதல் பேதை மனம் பித்து கொண்டது, கண்கள் காணுகின்ற யாவையும் அவன் ரூபமானது. கண்டது முதல் பேதை மனம் பித்து கொண்டது, கண்கள் காணுகின்ற யாவையும் அவன் ரூபமானது. சொல்ல ஒரு வார்த்தையை தான் தேடி நின்றது, சொல்ல ஒரு வார்த்தையை தான் தேடி நின்றது, அந்த சுந்தர நித்யனிடம் யார்தான் தூது செல்வது, அந்த சுந்தர நித்யனிடம் யார்தான் தூது செல்வது. ஓ, ஓ, கண்டது முதல் பேதை மனம் பித்து கொண்டது, கண்கள் காணுகின்ற யாவையும் அவன் ரூபமானது. கண்டது முதல் பேதை மனம் பித்து கொண்டது, கண்கள் காணுகின்ற யாவையும் அவன் ரூபமானது.
Papa, Papa, Marizane Papa, Mama, Mama, Marizane Papa, 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 Marizane Papa, Mama, Mama, Marizane Papa, Mama, Magari Magari Sasare Pa, Mama, Magari Magari Sasare.
கண்கள் மூடினாலும் கனவில் வந்து நித்யன் நித்திரை தராமல் என தொல்லை தந்து, கண்கள் மூடினாலும் கனவில் வந்து நித்யன் நித்திரை தராமல் என தொல்லை தந்து, மிக அக்கறையுடனே என் சித்தம் தெளிய, அக்கறையுடனே என் சித்தம் தெளிய, சொப்பனத்தில் நல்லதொரு ஞானம் தந்தவன், என் சொப்பனத்தில் நல்லதொரு ஞானம் தந்தவன். நித்யனை கண்டது முதல் பேதை மனம் பித்து கொண்டது, கண்கள் காணுகின்ற யாவையும் அவன் ரூபமானது. கண்டது முதல் பேசுகின்ற தாய்மொழியும் மறந்து விட்டேன், கள்வன் நித்யனவன் பேரை மட்டும் மனனம் செய்தேன். பேசுகின்ற தாய்மொழியும் மறந்து விட்டேன், கள்வன் நித்யனவன் பேரை மட்டும் மனனம் செய்தேன். எந்தன் வாழ்வின் பொருளான அவன் காதல் பெறவே, வாழ்வின் பொருளான அவன் காதல் பெறவே, வேள்விகள் புரிந்தே அவன் பாதம் பணிந்தேன், பல வேள்விகள் புரிந்தே அவன் பாதம் பணிந்தேன். நித்யதை கண்டது முதல் பேதை மனம் பித்து கொண்டது, கண்கள் காணுகின்ற யாவையும் அவன் ரூபமானது. கண்டது முதல் பேதை மனம் பித்து கொண்டது, கண்கள் காணுகின்ற யாவையும் அவன் ரூபமானது.
சின்ன 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 சின்ன
செய்யும் செயல் யாவையுமே சென்று உரைத்தேன், சொல்லும்படி வேதமென்றே கடைப்பிடித்தேன்.
परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, all of you, we welcome all of you to the exciting episode on Nithyananda TV. Today, we are bringing to you a very special grand celebration of the starting, the first day of Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam. Yes, Kailasa all over the world is celebrating this grand Brahmotsavam, which is the Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam. And today is the starting, the first day celebration of Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam. We are going to tell you everything about this grand celebration, the festival, one of the greatest and the most important festivals, which is celebrated all over Kailasa. And to tell you the significance and the importance of this grand festival, we have with us Sri Nithyananda Maharaj. Nithyananda Maharaj.
Yes, so
Yes.
we're all ready for the festive appear. We're ready for the festival to join to happen in front of us.
Yes.
It is in an auspicious time this morning. The Vrishabha Lagnam, the flag will be hoisted, and it is in this very time. Then we're seeing so many of the all the. It is like this time. This is the first part of the Brahmotsavam actually.
Yes.
So the Dhvajarohanam is when the time is an auspicious time when Paramashiva himself lands with all the 33 million gods. That is the auspicious time that we are going to witness now. And whenever it is always planned that the Dhvajarohanam is 10 days before the main event, the main festival.
Yes.
So this day is the Dhvajarohanam day of the Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam.
Exactly. So we have to tell the viewers what is Nithyananda Purnima. So basically the story is when the young Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, he was 12 years of age, he had a very grand and profound spiritual experience in his life, right? So what was happening is that he was practicing very casually. Once he was sitting at a rock in the city of Tiruvannamalai, from which he hails, from which he was where he was born. He was just casually contemplating at the source of his thoughts. This was a meditation technique, simple technique, which was given to him by Sri Annamalai Swamigal, one of the great Siddhas who was living there in Tiruvannamalai, also a disciple of Ramana Maharshi, who
Yes.
is very well known all over the world. So many people know about Ramana Maharshi. One of his close disciples, Sri Annamalai Swamigal, was present at that time residing in Tiruvannamalai. So the young Supreme Pontiff and his whole family, they were used to, usually go and visit Annamalai Swamigal and get his guidance, his blessings, everything. So one day what happened is that when they were sitting in the auspices of Sri Annamalai Swamigal, and he was expressing to his devotees, he was telling that there is no real pain, no real suffering in life. Everything is just delusion, and you are ultimately the Atman, you are the supreme consciousness itself, which doesn't have any pain or suffering or anything like that. So this one statement really stuck with the young Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at that time, right? So as a young kid, what would you do, right? What he did, in fact, was he went back home and he took out a blade, which his father used to shave, right?
Yeah,
He
yes,
used to
yes.
use for shaving. He took out that blade and literally just cut his thigh to see and check and to test what the statement because he himself believed that if a great siddha he has told it, means there must be some truth in it, right? So he literally just casually cut his thigh and just to see, okay, because he says that there is no pain, no suffering, so it might be true, just to see what the truth is. So but what happened ultimately was, because he, as a kid, he went through the pain, he went through suffering, as he himself said. Not only he did go through the pain, but he also had to be rushed to the hospital to get the stitches done for the wound. And this whole experience, it stayed with the young Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for quite a few days. After a few days, when his family they went back to Sri Annamalai Swamigal, so he asked him that day you told that there is no pain and suffering. I did this, but see what happened. I had to be taken to the hospital, right? So the Sri Annamalai Swamigal, very lovingly, he said to him that right now you might be having pain and suffering, but don't worry. Just this courage to experiment with the truth is going to liberate you from all the pain. So after that, he gave him a technique the same day. He told him, just practice. See, contemplate what is the source of your thoughts. Just go deep into your inner space and see all of the thinking that is happening inside you. Try to go to the root of the thoughts, the source of the thoughts. The young Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at that time, he was just 12 years of age. He didn't understand all of this, what he's telling. He didn't even, as in his own words, he didn't even fully believe that it is whatever he's telling and the importance of it. But casually, after a few days, he just remembered this technique which Sri Annamalai Swamigal had instructed him to do. And that's what he sat on a rock. He was just sitting casually contemplating and literally going through this whole technique, looking at the source of his thoughts. And suddenly something happened, right? Something opened up inside him.
Yes.
And he could see, literally, he had this 360 degree vision and experience, a very profound experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, that everything around him was in fact one with him, right? And in any direction, front, back, all the 8 directions, in fact, top and bottom also, complete 360 degree vision. Not only he could see everything in 360 degrees, even the temple behind his back, the hill in front, the rock on which he was sitting, the sky above him, each and everything, the city of Tiruvannamalai on his left and right, everything he could see and also feel that he was one with that. Now, intellectually, it cannot be explained, but that is the best we can try to do. This so profound Nirvikalpa Samadhi experience, the first time this opened up in the life of the young Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We also must know that by the age of 10, at the age of 10, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had already gone through a very strong experience when Paramashiva himself, in the form of Arunagiri Yogeshwara, came and for 9 months was literally, they were living together with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism day to day and instructing him, giving him all the initiations, all the teachings, everything, all the experiences. After that, culminating into the oneness Advaita experience at the age of 10. That finally led at the age of 12 for the young Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to have this profound grounding in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi experience for the first time. Literally, he was, as he himself put it, the whole experience was so strong, it grounded him in the state of Turiya, which is the ultimate state of the thoughtless awareness. For the first time, this strong experience that happened in the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And today is the day when we remember each and every year this auspicious and grand happening on the planet Earth, when the incarnation of Paramashiva himself manifesting the Nirvikalpa Samadhi experience for the first time in his life. And that's what we are celebrating today. Right, Maharaj?
Yes, Maharaj. It is actually the profound, this experience is one of the profound moments in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's life.
Yes.
And we celebrate this Brahmotsavam, remembering it and remembering and cherishing it as the experience that he even blesses us and shares us with. When he initiates all of us into the third eye, when he initiates all of us into the powerful initiations that he himself received from his gurus.
Yes.
We remember his love. We remember our guru, and he
Yes.
and he celebrates his gurus and celebrates each of their contributions to his life. And in this Brahmotsavam, we celebrate each and every part of this ecosystem that Swamiji was literally grown in. It is literally the Arunachala, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, calls it a spiritual incubator. Literally a place that will give continuous spiritual nourishment and give you continuously the correct powerful cognitions, the correct ecosystem, the correct diet, the correct people, the correct yogis, the gurus, and everything, so that you will be able to manifest powers, just like how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was able to express so many extraordinary powers, and includingly have this powerful experience of this the 360-degree experience at the age of 12. And yes, and it is in the very sacred town of Arunachala, and in at the divine presence of Arunachala in the mountain, where the Pavulakund rock is there. And that rock is a coral rock, and it is also happens to be a fact that that is the same place that Devi did the tapas to Paramashiva to become his other half, his Ardhangini. She did the tapas, and it is in that same Pavulakund, the small hill that is there next to Arunachala. It is on that same hill that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism sat and did this meditation, sat and did this in introspection, and immediately had the result after the and had the deep experience. And it is also in that same place that Devi did the tapas and penance and achieved herself becoming Ardhanarishwara, her realization that she is Paramashiva. So it is a beautiful coincidence that around that same hill that that Paramashiva, our Nijavatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, has also had one of the most significant and powerful experiences. Yes,
exactly. And also, as you said, the importance of ecosystem, it reminds me again, goes back to the whole same story, right? Basically, it was what the Tamil month of Vaikasi, right? The Purnima Tithi, the full moon day. Just at the evening time when the sun was about to set, at that time the young Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is sitting on the rock, casually contemplating. He's a young kid, right? Just contemplating, looking, going deep into the source of his thoughts, and something literally just broke in his Anandagandha. That is the space between the navel center and the heart center, right? Something he experienced as an opening that happened inside him, and suddenly he has this profound experience which he himself cannot describe. Nobody can describe this. Only you can experience and try to verbalize it, as best as you can, but ultimately leading to himself fully flowering of his own consciousness, even in power manifestation, right? Even that experience, that whole blissful state, he describes that for at least 3 to 4 hours he was in that blissful state, right? And after that, when he came out, he was like completely radiating, vibrating with the manifesting the powers and the whole consciousness completely at a different level, right? But he himself, he thought that he was possessed by a ghost or something. He comes back and walks back to the house of his guru Mataji Vibhudananda Puri, and he tells her that I'm having some experience, I'm going through this, I'm seeing this, am I possessed by a ghost? But she lovingly, she just laughs and she tells him, no, you are possessed by God. So she literally she calms him down and gives him some herbs and some medicines, some Ayurvedic potions, just to take care of his body at that time, because that experience was so strong, right? For 2 to 3 days he was just living with her in her house, eventually until he settled down back to the human plane of consciousness again. But it was so profound an experience, that the importance of the ecosystem, that he had gurus who took care, who understood first the experience which he was going through, and then even knew how to take care of the person when he's or she's going through that experience, and how to fully help evolve the person through these experiences, and help the person flower into a higher state of consciousness. That's the importance of the ecosystem which we are talking about. That is what has literally given us the
ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தன் வந்து உதித்தான். ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பன் களிப்பால் கட்டு கடங்கா மகிழ்வு கொண்டேன் மலை போல் வரும் துயர் யாவையும் நொடிப்போதினில் பொடியாக்கிட புயலாய் வருவான் துணையென வருவான் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தன் வந்து உதித்தான் கருவங்களை தடம் மாற்றிட வெடிப்பான் தலை தூக்கிடும் கருவங்களை தடம் மாற்றிட வெடிப்பான் பின் கருணை மழையாய் பொழிவான் தினம் கருணை மழையாய் பொழிவான் பின் கருணை மழையாய் பொழிவான் தினம் கருணை மழையாய் பொழிவான் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தன் வந்து உதித்தான் எந்தன் மகிழ்வை தளர்த்திடச் செய்வான் நித்தின் மகிழ்வை தளர்த்திடச் செய்வான் எந்தன் மகிழ்வை தளர்த்திடச் செய்வான் நித்தின் மகிழ்வை தளர்த்திடச் செய்வான் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தன் வந்து உதித்தான் அவன் கருணை மழையினில் நாமும் இரையாய் மாறக்கூடும் சரணம் அடைந்தால் அருள்வான் அவன் சரணம் அடைந்தால் அருள்வான் சரணம் அடைந்தால் அருள்வான் அவன் சரணம் அடைந்தால் அருள்வான் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தனும் வந்து உதித்தான் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தன் வந்து உதித்தான் காக்கும் இறையே நட்பின் உருவாய் வந்த களிப்பால் கட்டு கடங்கா மகிழ்வு கொண்டேன் காக்கும் இறையே நட்பின் உருவாய் வந்த களிப்பால் கட்டு கடங்கா மகிழ்வு கொண்டேன் மலை போல் வரும் துயர் யாவையும் நொடிப்போதினில் பொடியாக்கிட புயலாய் வருவான் துணையென வருவான் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தன் வந்து உதித்தான் நித்யானந்தா
Speaking the profound experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Today, we are remembering and celebrating that day, that experience, the enlightenment day that is celebrated, the Nithyananda Purnima that is celebrated by Kailasa all over the world in the Tamil month of Vaikasi on the Purnima Tithi, the full moon day. That forms the 10th day of the Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam, the greatest celebration that we are going to witness. And that forms the 10-day long festival, the Brahmotsavam, which is the 10-day long grand celebration, remembering each and every aspect of this enlightenment ecosystem of Tiruvannamalai, the powerful ecosystem which formed the basis of the manifestation of Paramashiva through the body, through the being of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And today marks the beginning, the official beginning of the Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam with the flag hoisting ceremony, Dhvajarohanam, which is the Sanskrit word for this auspicious occasion when we celebrate the beginning of the great festival, the Brahmotsavam. Maharaj, you can speak a little bit about what is a Brahmotsavam and what is Dhvajarohanam in particular.
Yes, Maharaj. So Dhvajarohanam is the first ritual that happens in the main festival of the Brahmotsavam. Dhvajarohanam is when the flag is hoisted, and the flag is very auspicious. The flag is offered puja, and it is taken all around the city and given the blessings. And we presented the flag actually in the recent ceremony, the Mandagappadi ceremony, to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We had the flag blessed by him, and then inviting him to grace and be a part of the Brahmotsavam that we did as the Mandagappadi ceremony. That is our love and devotion to him. After that, today we come and begin on this auspicious Rishabha Lagnam that is going to be starting in a few minutes. The flag will be hoisted. So the flag hoisted in the Dhvajastambha is actually like a tower of catching the cosmic energy and allowing it to land. And the darbha, grass, and various different organic elements are kept around the Dhvajastambha to receive the energy. Literally, all these things, it's all a science. It's just a way to receive the energy of the cosmos and have it land in the presence, in the ambience. And you'll see immediately as soon as the flag is hoisted, the very air becomes filled with Paramashiva. The very air you breathe and every activity that you do, you can just see there's some sanctity, some divinity in it. There's Paramashiva's very presence in it. And when we hoist the flag that we are hoisting is the beautiful flag of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, seated on the very Pavadakundu rock that we were just talking about. And that is the flag itself. And that flag will be hoisted in this Brahmotsavam in a few moments. And the flag actually has even a significance in creation. The whole ritual of Dhvajarohanam is a recreation of the Shrishti, of the very creation of the cosmos. So the whole Brahmotsavam is literally an event, a cosmological event, when the whole cosmos is rejuvenated and recreated by the powerful presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Paramashiva, and all of the deities landing in the temple campus and literally creating that enlightened Kailasa ambience that we will all be able to experience in a few moments as we see the flag gets hoisted and the mantras are chanted. The mantras and the Veda mantras, all on the mantras, the fire rituals, the water, all the 5 elements are all present in a very sanctified way throughout this ritual. And literally Paramashiva is invoked in all of the elements, and in and out we all are continuously in sanctifying the place. And in this process of creating this powerful possibility and landing of cosmic energy, we will also be able to literally see so much of benefit, so much of transformation happens to the whole humanity, the whole community all around. And there's so many signs and so many things to look forward to as a auspicious happening when the Brahmotsavam happens. Like immediately whenever the flag is hoisted, we will see the Garudas flying in the sky. They're they're very solitary creatures, but when it comes to being able to have the subtle understanding that energies are landing, they somehow come and revolve around the temple's Dhvajastambha, and we've always seen that happen. And hopefully we'll have this time also the blessing of the Garudeva, and he'll come and bless us during the Dhvajarohanam. And after that, we will be offering to the Utsava Vigraha. So the deities, the main deities of this celebration are called Utsava Vigrahas. So they are the ones who we celebrate the whole Brahmotsavam with. And this Brahmotsavam, the presiding deity is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's Utsava Vigraha, along with his paraphernalia of two Bhagwans who are Ganapati and Subramanya. They will all be receiving the first puja after the Dhvajarohanam. And every day they will be receiving puja, Abhisheka, and a special Alankara. And Alankara means the decoration. And they'll be receiving puja every night throughout the Brahmotsavam until the main day of the Brahmotsavam, when we'll be having a grand festival.
Yes, exactly. And when you mentioned the signs, the cosmic signs, the Garudas flying, and all these things, they are quite natural when the such an important spiritual happening is taking place in any environment, right? What happens in the temple ambience during the Dhvajarohanam, all the gods from Kailasa, they land in the temple premises with this grand celebration, the ritualistic invoking that happens just before the Dhvajarohanam. The Purvangam, the Homa is offered, and all the pujas are done, and the worship is done to all the deities, to the flag itself, right? And then the flag is hoisted, Abhishekam is done. Each and every part of this whole ritual is literally energizing the whole temple ambience itself, and energizing the whole, literally the Dhvaja Stamba, it acts as something like a lightning tower. It just attracts and pulls the entire, the cosmic energy. All the gods and goddesses, they simply land on the in the temple premises just to celebrate the grand Brahmotsavam, the festival, with all the devotees, all the disciples, and all the beings from other dimensions. They also come. They also, become a part of this great celebration that is happening, that the whole temple becomes simply a place of celebration for these 10 days, right? So the entire 10 days that are celebrated in the temple, that will be celebrated, right? This Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam. It will not be just the beings, who are offering the worship in the temple, not just even the deities. All the other beings who have landed during the Dhvajarohanam, they will be with all of us in the temple. In even in the spiritual level, we can connect with them during this time, and we can pay our respects, pay our devotion, worship all the beings, all the gods and goddesses, because this is such a grand happening, such a grand energetic happening that is taking place with the Brahmotsavam. That is the importance of celebrating the Brahmotsavam in a proper, traditional, ritualistic way, each and every detail being taken care of in a minutest possible way. And that is also what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism focuses on a lot. Each and every aspect of the celebration, of the rituals, of the alankaram, right? The decoration, how you have to decorate the deities. Traditionally, exactly how it is done has been done for hundreds and thousands of years. Right? Nothing is done just casually, just out of whatever so-called creativity. No, each and everything is done in the proper Hindu way, right? As has been done and taken care of by the temple ecosystems in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So all these details are being personally micromanaged by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and all the rituals, all the homas, abhishekams, each and every ritual are being performed by the third eye awakened disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And all these rituals are also offered according to the Vedas and Agamas, right? All the whatever the Vedas and Agamas have declared, the kriyas in each and everything which is there in the Agama, which is there in the Vedas, exactly following it to the letter and spirit, all these rituals are done. And that's why the whole, so much of energy we all experience during the festivals, during the celebrations, and literally experiencing the oneness, and especially in the presence of the living manifestation of Paramashiva, Swamiji, right? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. The whole experience goes to just a different level altogether. Any festival, today is Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam, but it can be any festival that is celebrated in Kailasa. In his presence, everything becomes grand, everything becomes profound, and everything becomes a celebration. Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj. And you were mentioning that the Brahmotsavam comes from the authentic scriptures. Actually, to tell the scripture that it comes from is the Kamika Agamas. The Kamika Agamas is the foremost of the 28 Agamas given by Paramashiva on how to conduct an enlightened living life. And the four padas of the 4 padas of the Kamik Agamas are Yoga, Charya, Kriya, Jnana. And in the rituals is the Kriya part. And the Mahotsav Vidhi has so much of detail. The Vidhi that this chapter that talks about how to conduct a grand festival like this Brahmotsavam. The Brahmotsav Vidhi gives so much of details on everything. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is doing the work of reviving these and telling it. It is very much available to anybody and everybody. So we have the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism going to be gracing us for this the event. We will now get ready to receive him. Let us bring ourselves to a deep meditative space. Maharaj, you can guide us.
Yes. So let's now get ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, the ultimate manifestation, Paramavatara of Paramashiva in our lives. The most awaited part of today's celebration of Nithyananda Purnima Brahmotsavam Dhvajarohanam in the auspicious presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. But to receive him, we have to get ready, we have to be in the right space and be prepared to receive, to benefit the most from this happening. So let's now get ready, lead into a small meditation and just be ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, with your body completely relaxed from head to toe. Carrying a deep space of restful awareness in our Anandagandha, which is the space between our navel center and our heart center. Also carrying a sense of devotion, gratitude, and surrender to the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Close your eyes and visualize Paramashiva in your third eye, in bright golden light, with 25 heads, 50 hands, and 75 eyes. Visualize Paramashiva and chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, invoking the presence of Paramashiva in the form of his living manifestation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, chanting the Mahavakya, reverberating with it. Let's get ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva. Let's chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தனும் வந்து உதித்தான் ஜென்ம ஜென்மமாய் செய்த தவமோ உற்ற நண்பனாய் நித்யானந்தனும் வந்து உதித்தான் காக்கும் இறையே நட்பின் உருவாய் வந்த களிப்பால் கட்டு கடங்கா மகிழ்வு கொண்டே மகிழ்வு.
Okay, एक evening coming.
न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशोः परेण नागम्येदं गुहाया विभ्राजते दत्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्था सन्न्यासयोगाश्चतयच्छुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके दुपरान्तकाले परावृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे तत्रं विभावम्बरमेश्वभूतं यः पुण्डरीकं पुरमध्यषट्स्थम् तत्राविदग्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यम् यो वेदादो स्वरप्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु भुवेम परमात्सदस्तात् सनः परिषदति दुर्गाणि विश्वानावेव सिन्धुं दुरिताद्यग्निः प्रत्मोषिममेभ्यो अध्वरेषु सनाचहोतानव्यस्य सत्से स्वाञ्चाग्ने तनुवं विप्रयस्वात्मभ्यं च सौभगमायजस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तं तवेन्द्र विष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नागस्य पृष्ठमभिसंवसानो वैष्णवीं लोक इहमादयन्ताम् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारि धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजां चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तां महावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनरगामिनीं यस्यां हिरण्यं विन्देयं कामश्वं पुरुषाणहम् अश्वपूर्णां रथमज्ञां हस्तिनादभूमीं श्रियं देवीमुपह्मये श्रीर्मा देवी दुषदां कांसोऽस्मितां हिरण्यप्राकारामार्द्रां ज्वलन्तीं तृप्तां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मे श्रियां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोपह्मये श्रियं चन्द्रां प्रभासां यशसा ज्वलन्तीं श्रियं लोके देवदुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये लक्ष्मीर्मेणस्य दां त्वां वृणे आदित्यवर्णे तपसोऽभिजातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोत्तबिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुदन्तु भायान्तराया च बाह्या अलक्ष्मीः उभयतु मां देवसखर्येतिश्च मलिनाथः प्रादुर्भूतोऽस्मि राष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् कीर्तिवृद्धिं ददातु मे चुट्टिभासामनां ज्येष्ठाम् अलक्ष्मीर्नाशयाम्यहम् नमो ऋषभरूपाय सितवर्णस्वरूपिणे तीक्ष्णशृङ्गाय तुङ्गाय वेदपालाय नन्दिने वृषभं गिरिवरवपुषं शिववाहनहेतुकरम् गजतं व्रजतं कृतुधरककुलं ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवहुतोदयिषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः यानविशुशिवतमा शिवं बभूव देहनो शिवाचरव्यायादवदयानो रुद्रमृगया यादे रुद्रशिवा तनोरघोरापापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिषाकशैः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्षस्तवे शिवां गिरित्रदां गुरुमारिपुंसि पुरुषं जगते शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाक्षापदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असते अद्य मोचदति भक्ता प्रथमोदैर्यो विषमे अहीकृष्ट सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्रयातु धान्यः असो यस्ताम्रो अरुणहुलबभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा गोभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च चितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिभिष्टाय च नमो कीटुष्टमाय चेशुमते च नमो रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृद्ध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्र्याय च शीभ्याय च नमः ओर्याय च वस्वन्याय च नमः श्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय च परजाय च नमो मध्यमाय च पगल्भाय च नमो च कन्याय च बुद्ध्याय च नमः सूर्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो यान्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय च वसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्षाय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय च आशुरदाय च नमः शूराय च वभिन्दवे च नमो वर्मिणे च वरोधिने च नमो बिल्विने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हरण्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रभृशाय च नमो धूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषुधिमते च नमः तीक्ष्णे च वेजायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च भक्त्याय च नमः काट्याय च दीप्याय च नमः सोत्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाट्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कोप्याय च भट्याय च नमो वर्षाय च वर्षाय च नमो वेद्याय च विद्युर्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो पाट्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः स्थाम्राय च अरुणाय च नमः शङ्खाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्काराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः स्थित्याय च कोल्याय च नमः आर्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रकरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाड्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च पेन्याय च नमः सिकट्याय च प्रभात्याय च नमः हिरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षय